Alabama. And let me ask you this, Shane, because this is the topic now. Everybody's saying, even my favorite, Paul Feinbaum, Nick Saban, the dynasty. Is it dying? I mean, hell, he's been outcoached by Josh Heupel.
Yeah.
Hell, I think he got outcoached by Jimbo Fisher. I know Bryce didn't play in that game, so that maybe that you could say that. But hell, you getting outcoached by Brian Kelly. Maybe you could even make the case he got outcoached by Steve Sarkisian. Come on, one of the worst coaches in college football who lost his quarterback. I mean, we could rehash that game all day long here, but the oldest coach in SEC history currently is Nick Saban at 71 years old. Is the dynasty, we've been saying it for about 10 years, so we could be dead wrong again, but is the dynasty dying, or is this just an off year? What do you think?
I don't think it's completely dead at all. I think there's plenty of life in Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still recruiting like crazy. They still got plenty of talent on that roster. I think what's dying maybe is Saban's ability to pick assistant coaches. And I think sometimes, it needs to be more than just relationships. I think he needs to think more schematically moving forward, and especially the way that football is advancing. So I think that's the big one. I don't know where O'Brien's going to be next year, but it ain't going to be with Alabama. I don't see that happening, and I think there's going to have to be some answers. But, the dynasty over, that's crazy talk, because Nick Saban still looks great for 71. I still see several more years. I could see him having maybe less control of the team, a little bit more emphasis on those assistants I was just telling you about.
Yeah.
But it's a recruiting hotbed. They're putting people in the NFL every day. So this is not. But what I will say this. I don't think they're king shit anymore. I think Georgia has that now. Georgia has that title because they're not only getting those recruits, but they're getting those significant wins. But I think it's a little bit different than it was in years past. Usually it was always Alabama and they were by themselves. I think it's Georgia, but behind them there's this group of LSU, Tennessee, Alabama, and they're fighting, side by side here. And I know Tennessee fans are like, well, we beat them by 40 points. But I guarantee you right now, if we play LSU today, that game will be a lot closer than it is because the way that Daniels has improved his quarterback play. So, I think that this is a 1A, 1C situation. But no, the dynasty's not dead. Just when you think that Saban wins 5 more national championship trophies. Yeah. So now I want it to be. Don't get me wrong. Seriously, I'd like to put that dog down. Not Saban, but you know what I mean. Like I would love for him to just say, you know what, hang it up. This isn't for me anymore. Do a Steve Spurrier right here after a tough loss and just get the hell out of town. Go to the lake house, fake an injury like Urban. I don't care. Whatever it takes to get him out of Tuscaloosa, I'm all for it. But games like this and the way the season's playing out, it's amplified by a million in that recruit's living room. People are constantly reminding these recruits, and they have been for years, how old Saban is. But they're taking this rat poison to those kids and saying, why do you want to invest 3-4 years of your life for a coach that's probably not going to be there, and for a program that's not going to be as good as it was when you were growing up? So yeah. I think there's a little bit to it. The fact that Alabama has been a little bit humanized, but to say that it's just completely done is that's crazy talk.
Right. Well, I know them LSU fans, Shane, they sure got a kick out of Nick Saban's post-game presser when you can hear them LSU players in the background chanting, LSU, LSU, LSU.
And so whatever we did, we put ourselves in position to do that, and just came up short. No, we just, the quarterback ran the ball. We did a good job of, kind of keeping him contained in the first half. He made a couple significant runs in the second half when we didn't fit it exactly right. So, I just, look, I can't blame the players. I'm responsible for all this stuff. So, if we didn't do it right, that's on me. And we've got to do a better job of coaching the players so that, we give them a better chance to have success. And when we get opportunities, we can take advantage of them.
Questions?
Let me